All right, Georgie asks, so how long does it take to close on a lease option? And is it as lengthy as a regular house purchase? Okay, so I honestly wish there was 2 words for closing, okay? Because when I close a lease option, I can do that as soon as the title work comes back. So I could do that literally like over the weekend. I could do that if my attorney or my title company does title searches on Wednesday and I submit a contract on Tuesday, I could technically have it back in 24 hours and meet the seller at the attorney's office or get the stuff from my attorney and go to their house. If I met with them on Tuesday and they just happened to go check title on Wednesday and they sent me back a good title opinion by Wednesday afternoon, I mean, I could close a lease option deal in like 24 hours. Because mostly in a lease option deal, I just need a title opinion, not a full title search, not a title deep dive, just a double check that there's only one lien or one mortgage or that the house is free and clear. I just want a general look into the title situation. And as soon as I get a, yeah, it looks good to go, we can go write the contract and boom, we're gone. Now, if I submit a contract on Thursday and my title company or the paralegal or the attorney or whoever doesn't go back to the title office until Wednesday, then it's going to be at least probably a week before I can technically close on this deal. But definitely we should be able to get this like signed, sealed, and delivered within 30 or 45 days. The most important thing when we're talking about a lease option, though, is for you to get a contract on the property. Use the one-pager, Georgie, that I provide in First Deal Done Fast. Once you get that signed, once you have an agreement with the seller, once you know that you're going to be doing this and they're going to be doing that and this is what we're going to do, then you can start marketing that property and finding tenant buyers immediately. Like put a sign in the yard as you're leaving the house immediately. All right. I have met with the seller on a Thursday. They agreed to it. They need to sleep on it, pray on it, whatever. They brought the contract back to me by Friday morning. I put it out there on Zillow at like lunch on Thursday. I had 2 people go and look at it. I mean, I put it out there on lunch on Friday. I had 2 people go and look at it Friday afternoon and submit an application Friday afternoon. One person submitted an application Friday afternoon. And when Chris got back to work on Monday, by Monday at lunch, we'd approved their application. They brought me a cashier's check Monday afternoon and moved in Monday night. So from Thursday, when I looked at the house, made an offer, left a contract, and they sent it back to me on Friday, I got a tenant buyer with an application Friday afternoon. Saturday and Sunday happened because nothing happens much on Saturdays and Sundays. But Monday morning, we got their application approved. Monday afternoon, they brought me a cashier's check. And we finalized it and let them move in. As soon as I got their application approved, I sent it all to the attorney. Evan sent it back to me in like an hour. So seriously, by Thursday to Monday afternoon, I had $5,000 in my hand, a tenant buyer moving into the property, and a happy seller because I told the seller it'd be 90 days before I made the first payment. I got somebody in over the weekend. So I started making the payment the next month. Because I'm a good person, I could have waited 90 days and let them make the payment for the next 3 months, but I didn't. Because I did it over the weekend. I think that's the fastest one that I've ever done. Between Thursday after work when I went and looked and talked to these people to Monday, seriously, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days to $5,000 on one deal. I think that's the fastest one I've ever done. So we can seriously close, and that's why there needs to be 2 words for a lease option closing versus a traditional real estate closing, which takes forever and ever, amen. There needs to be two different words for that. It's the same word. There's two different definitions. Thank you, English language. But it can really be as fast as 5 days. I've never done it faster than 5 days. Never done it faster than 5 days. So that, Georgie, that's my answer for the first question. How long does it take to close a lease option? I'll teach you in First Deal Done Fast that we ask for 90 days because sometimes it takes 90 days. And there's some things that we talk about in the contracts in the one-pager videos, Georgie, to let you know how to structure those 90 days and what you need to do in those 90 days. And so your second question, Georgie, was, is it as lengthy as a regular house purchase? And no. Yes. No, it does not have to be as lengthy as a regular house purchase because we don't have all of the, underwriting. We don't have the typical inspecting. We don't have the typical appraising. We don't have the typical title issues. We don't have the typical insurance issues. We don't have the typical underwriting issues. We don't have the typical back and forth with agents and blah, 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 and all that other things that we need in regular closings. We don't need those in lease options because a lease option is a really fancy rental agreement with the option to buy the house in a certain time frame for an agreed upon price right now. So it's totally different than a regular purchase where you're going to the bank and getting money and doing this and doing that and blah, 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 and you have to submit all this other stuff. It's totally different than that. It's so much faster. It's so much more fun. And it's just different. It's totally different. But Georgie, I think as you dig into the videos in First Deal Done Fast, you'll really start to realize how different it is. And the way the videos are in First Deal Done Fast, it walks you through getting your mind right, getting your words right, getting your actions right, so that when you're talking to sellers and then tenant buyers, it's all a process and it flows through very naturally. Okay, so it's totally different than a regular closing. It is technically a closing, but it's different. There needs to be a second word. Maybe y'all could help me make up a second word that we could use for this.